Hey everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hey, listen, I told you I was going to come back and do the rest of the video where Chris Anthony is talking about the IPO, and then we'll talk about how they're doing on the stock market. And so let's go ahead and get into this right now. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have everybody here. We thank you so much for joining Free Power. And now we're going to take a look at the rest of the video where Chris Anthony is on Schwab and he's actually talking about the IPO and the Aptera. So let's go ahead and view the rest of this video.
Wait, do I need a motorcycle license if I want to drive this?
No, in the U.S., if you have three wheels, you don't need a motorcycle license, and because you have something over your head in our carbon fiber roll structure, you don't need to wear a helmet. So it's an interesting segment.
Yeah, you're getting the best of both worlds. Good research right there. Having categorized it as one thing, but everybody with, I guess, what do we all have, Class D or something, driver's license, so that should work. Yeah. What do you think about the EV strategy here in the U.S. in the big picture? You're running something a bit different because you have a solar EV, which, as you noted, it can charge itself in the driveway and go 40 miles. But the EV demand, we started to hear General Motors, people are pulling back, they want hybrids. What do you think the EV picture, penetration, market share, what's the story on EVs for the next 1, 2, 3, 10 years?
You know, we hate to hear that some people may be retrenching on their EV aspirations. We think America should be leading in this technology field. Tesla's paved the way for so many companies. We think they have an amazing and compelling offering. But EVs in general, you know, they all have to be charged. And the more EVs we put on the road, the more charging infrastructure we need. So places like California that had all EV mandates by 2035, we're going to struggle to put enough charging infrastructure in to charge all these EVs. Aptera comes with a very different solution that doesn't need to tax the grid for everyday driving. So if you're powered by solar, you don't need to tax the grid. We can put as many Aptera on the road as we want, and it won't have any impact on our nation's infrastructure. So we think that thinking this way is a much more positive way to move electric vehicles forward.
And people would want to charge this even in their home. How much do chargers in the home cost? Because, I mean, we're going to need electric grid to grow and all that, and more chargers everywhere if people are going to be driving EVs, as you said. How much extra should they put aside for, to be able to charge it in their home?
Yeah, you know, the bigger roadside chargers, they can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. The chargers that you put in your home can, be $3,000 to $10,000 depending on how much it costs to actually install it and run the power from your panel to the charger. But even at $5,000, that's an expensive add-on item to an already expensive vehicle. With the Aptera, you can charge with just a regular extension cord from a regular outlet in your house, and you get 150 miles of charge into the Aptera overnight. So you still have great options with the Aptera to go see grandma 300 miles away. When you get home, you can plug it into the wall alongside your solar charging, and you're able to get the great benefits of quick charging from a standard outlet that would cost you a lot of money to install as an EV charger that would be big and bulky and have to run to your actual electrical box.
Is there anything you didn't think of? I mean, charge it with an extension cord? Are you kidding me? I can't get over this. What about, here's my last thing. When you get these deliveries out, where's the path to profitability? It's got to cost you an arm and a leg to make these things. I know you're not killing it on profits with $35,000 price tag. So, when does this kind of company become profitable, and does it even matter?
We're putting these vehicles out to as many people as we can. We aspire to ship 1 million Apteras by 2038. So we really want this vehicle to have an impact on our planet and our communities and how people think about transportation. But the interesting thing about our business model is that when you make a vehicle for efficiency, you have a lot smaller battery packs. and you have a lot smaller drivetrains. And those are the two most expensive components of an electric vehicle. It's a lot of battery cost to push around some of these really large SUV type electric vehicles. But for our vehicle, 2,200 pounds, super aerodynamic, very, very efficient. Our same battery pack is a quarter of the price of the average EV out there. So when you do that, you can sell a cost competitive vehicle, but still make good margins. And that's what our passionate community wants, is they want us to be a healthy company. They want us to ship as many of these things as possible, because every one of these we put on the road is like taking 10 combustion vehicles off the road. And we think that's just a great thing for the planet and all of us.
And then getting a huge offer from one of the big car companies. Just quickly, I heard you say 2038, you have 50,000 pre-orders. Did you say you hope to deliver 1 million vehicles by 2038? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we hope to scale up our production over the next 4 or 5 years and open multiple plants, not just in the U.S., but also in Europe and Australia and a lot of other places that we have vehicle demand. And, scaling production to 150,000 units a year means we'll be shipping a lot of these things all across the world. And we hope that helps people's pocketbooks, and we hope that it helps the environment, and hopes that it spreads the word that technology like this is possible, and just takes a team from Southern California to do it.
All right. Well, I look forward to speaking with you, Chris, along the way. Make sure you come back soon and give us some updates. And good luck tomorrow. We'll be watching you there at the NASDAQ. Chris Anthony, co-CEO of Aptera Motors, and the ticker symbol tomorrow, SEV, Solar EV. Great to see you. Thank you.
So once again, Chris Anthony doing a very good job talking about Aptera and their IPO. And he brought out some really good points. Once again, he talked about how the Aptera is really an auto cycle, so it's not really a car. So the insurance on it would be lower than a regular vehicle, as well as you could get in the HOV lane. And, you don't have to pay for that, getting in the HOV lane. So some really good things that he brought out. Plus, it doesn't really put a strain on the electrical grid. You don't really need to plug it into a level 3 or level 4 charger. You could just charge it off of a regular 110 outlet. So many things that's so great about the Aptera. One of the things that I thought was really nice was he brought out how you can go on a trip or a camping trip, and when you get there, there's probably not going to be any plugs anywhere around, not no level 2 charging plugs anyway, definitely not level 3. But you can sit at your campsite and the vehicle will charge itself up. And depending on how long you stay there, like if you stay there a week, because there's a pretty good bit of room in the back of the Aptera, you get 32 cubic feet of room to carry all your food and tent and sleeping bags, which you'll probably already have in the back of the Aptera anyway, your sleeping bag. But then the solar panels will charge the vehicle back up to a considerable amount so that you can drive a good bit of ways, possibly even all the way back home. So that's a big plus for the Aptera. And this is the thing that you have to remember. This is really just the beginning of the solar vehicle. As things get better, as the batteries become better to store more power and the solar panels become more efficient to add more power to the vehicle or to the battery pack, you could see that pretty soon that, eventually you may not even really need to plug the vehicle in at all. You could just have it to where the solar panel charges the vehicle up to full power in a less amount of time. But anyway, we'll have to let the engineers decide and figure that out. But this is a really good option, what Chris Anthony brings out. And he says that it's not for everybody, which is not. It's a niche. It's a 2-seater. And, people with families, they're not going to want this vehicle unless you just want it for a commuting vehicle, which is what it's basically designed for. So, let's just take it for what it is. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to see what the Aptera is doing on the stock market. Let's take a look at that. So it looks like Aptera stock, once they started, the bottom fell out and they went pretty far down. Looks like it went down to $3.71 per share. And then it started to come back up. By 3 o'clock, it was at $10.05 a share. And at 4 o'clock at the closing bell, it ended with $8 a share. So, I mean, that's to be expected. I felt like it was going to go down before it started going up. And so it's going to level itself out sooner or later. And they actually started trading. It was so they opened at basically $20 a share, and then it dropped all the way down to, let's see, what it dropped to, $3.71 a share. All we could do is hang in there and see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's going to start going back up since it's all the way at the bottom, but we'll just wait and see. But anyway, we're going to end it right here. So you guys take care. We will talk to you later. Y'all have a good one, and we'll check you out in the next video. All right. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.